Do a little southern little cuisine, something like what I used to do growing up. We're gonna do some fish, some bass, we're gonna do some collard greens, and we're gonna do some black-eyed peas. So a lot of people don't know when you do a whole fish, it's better to put 3 slits, and you wanna cut 3 slits on the fish so it can have an even cook, okay? That's something that I picked up while living in Japan. Little 3 slits in there, boom, flip it over, same thing.
What does that mean?
Even cook. So every time when you put the 3 slits in there, it just makes sure your fish just gets an even cook. That's really it. So I've already done cleaned this thing out, right? I am gonna use this Autry, what's this shit called? Flour? No, it's cornmeal. Batter, okay. So I'm gonna use this Autry batter. Some of the people that I get from the fish market told me this is pretty good, so I'm always trying new things. So I'm gonna use this. Usually I use cornmeal and I just mix it myself. But today we're doing something a little different. So boom, all we're gonna do, put it in there, already season it up. Come seasoned, we just make sure this is nice and covered, get it in the inside. Boom, boom. Let's flip that. There it is. All right, so we're gonna get the air fryer. So get this out. Well, apparently with the air fryer, I guess it goes with convection. So it just heats from the top and it has a fan going and just makes sure that everything is an even cook. That's from what I think what it does, from what I've been reading. But this is gonna be pretty good. So I guess the fish is depends on the time, or how big your fish is gonna depend on the time. Me, I like my fish to be like really crisp. So we're gonna put that in there, and you don't have to flip it, but I like flipping mine. I like to flip it about 15 minutes in. This way I like to get it really even. I like to make it really crispy as possible. Alrighty. So we're gonna put that on. See, what's a good thing with the air fryer, you're gonna set this thing to fish, right? We're gonna turn the temperature to 400. Like I said, we're gonna do it evenly. So we're gonna do about 22 minutes, and then that's it. So like I said, I'm gonna flip it about midway, and you'll see how it's cooking, but you just wanna keep an eye on it and just make sure it's even across and gets that nice little crispy look that you want, all right? You just don't wanna pull it out too early because fried fish that's not cooked all the way is nasty, very nasty. So, all right, we'll get started on these black-eyed peas. We're gonna add the black-eyed peas, boom. Got the onions already cut up. Add some onions. I love onions, so add as much as you want. Boom, onions. So for the little flavor about what we have to do, we're gonna put some bacon in there, give it some flavor, right? You can use turkey bacon, whatever bacon that you wanna use. Me, I just like using regular bacon. Like I said, my fats are high, so I can do that. So for those fats that are not high, you can use some turkey bacon. But the good thing about black-eyed peas, high in carbs and really good in some protein too, all right? To all my vegans out there. Right now with the whole black-eyed peas, I'm using frozen black-eyed peas. Traditionally, sometimes I use the ones that's not frozen. You can do that, but this is gonna be quicker. But those who are using, they're not gonna use frozen, I will let them set overnight so they'll cook a lot faster, because if they're not, it takes a long time for them things to cook down. So that's why I'm using that. All right, so let's season this up a little bit. I'm just gonna do something simple. A little pepper. All right, a little garlic powder. And a little bit of salt. You don't really need much salt. Just depends on how much bacon you use. So if you use a lot of bacon or whatever, it's naturally already has a lot of sodium in it. So I'm just gonna kick it up just a tad because I like my sodium levels are high. I'm gonna cover that up. I'm gonna let that go for about 20 minutes and stir it up occasionally. Just keep checking on it, because the longer that sits and simmers down, that bacon really is gonna get into those black-eyed peas and it's gonna taste great. So moving on, do some collard greens. Growing up down south, I grew up off collard greens. I mean, for flavoring, we use ham hocks to fatback, but that's really, really fatty. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna use a turkey neck. Turkey necks are relatively lean, Make sure it's smoked, but it's gonna pack a lot of flavor in there. So that's the whole key, is your water with the collard greens for the flavoring, all right? So right now I already have my turkey necks already going. All right, you can see that. And it's already seasoned it up with some onion powder and some garlic. And then all I'm gonna do is add the collard greens, and we're gonna let that simmer down. I'm gonna use the bagged collard greens, pre-washed and everything. Traditionally, what my mom would do, we'll go get the whole leaf. We'll just go to the store, and we'll just have to wash them down and peel them off. That's the real deal right there, but it's gonna be quick. Smell that? It just smells good, right? Yeah. So what I love about collard greens, you know, it's the texture, man. It's like you just can't beat it. It's not too soft. So we put that in there. We're gonna put the top over that, let that simmer down. The thing with collard greens, they take a while to cook. They're not like a spinach or a kale or anything like that. So we really gotta let those cook down. So we're about halfway through. Let's see and check how this is doing. See how that is? Shit looks good. So we're gonna flip this. You don't have to, but me personally, I would rather flip it. Makes me feel better. Get that even cook. You see that? And I want everything crispy, so let's put it back in here. It's almost done. One thing you have to do, you have to check to make sure your water don't evaporate with the collard greens like it is now. Usually a lot of people like to put a lot of water in there. I don't like to do that. I like to control my water so I can keep all that flavor in there. You see how these greens are? They're not like spinach or anything like that. These are pretty thick texture. I love it. I love it. And then instead of having it on high, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring it down to a simmer, and just let all the flavors just soak into those leaves. All right, so look, the fishes are ready. We're gonna check on this. See how crispy that is? What a lot of people don't know, what I've learned over the years, is like, you get this nice crisp on this fish, then when you put it on the plate, you eat it, then you flip it over, and then it's like soggy, the skin's soggy. So I solved that. So you get like a little grill, little grate like this, and it allows air to still keep going over there. So when you flip it over, all right, here we go. Look how flaky that is. It's awesome stuff. It's good stuff, man. It's good. It's about to be lunch for me. So I'm just waiting for everything else to get ready, and then we'll start plating that as well.